Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rocky Hikes. Today we have a special guest, another thru hiker for 2020, this crazy year. So I just have my two simple main questions I ask everyone. Number one, your trail name?
Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck. Nice. I like that name. No, I actually have three. How did you get the name?
So I just went back and finished the Smokies. So I just came back here on trail yesterday. Or not yesterday, the day before that. I'd gotten off for 2 weeks to heal up an ankle injury. Then once I was done healing, I was like, oh, might as well go ahead and do the Smokies, and then I'll come back here. So I just finished up with the Smokies. And while I was at the Smokies, first night out, I had a bear encounter. It was 1 a.m. I hear sniffing. And I had hung up, I was stealth camping, so I was alone. I'd hung up my bear bag 5 feet away from me in this tree. Because I knew this bear's going to be able to get to my bear bag, but I don't want to sleep with it. So I just want to be close enough that I can scare the bear away. I can hear it and scare it away.
Right.
So 1 a.m, I hear sniffing. And I just sit up, and the bear runs away. I'm like, oh, that was easy. So I go back to sleep, and then 20 minutes later, I hear the sniffing again. And I sit up, it doesn't run away, I start yelling, runs away. 20 minutes later, it comes back, and I sit up, I start yelling, it doesn't work, so I start banging on my pillow, and it's like a little drum, and it scares it away. I'm like, this bear's getting smart, it's getting brave, and I'm about out of noises.
Yeah.
So I'm just laying there, I'm like, it's gonna come back, what am I gonna do? What's the most intimidating noise I can make? So I turn up the volume on my phone, and when it comes back again, I start blaring Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Nice.
And that's how I got my trail name.
Very nice. Very nice. I love that. Actually love that. Okay.
So that's a great song to use when hiking.
Great song and a great trail name.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a fun song to hike to, and then it also scares bear away, so it has dual purpose.
Awesome. That is awesome. Yes. That's a good, yep. Okay, number 3. What's your story?
Oof, you want the whole thing? So I decided to come out a week before I actually started. I had very limited hiking experience. I'd done like a couple, like 3-4 day treks, and that's it. I didn't really have the gear together. I just decided a week before I started, I'm doing the Appalachian Trail, and I head out, and I have, just whatever gear I had or my dad had, and it was all kind of like just throw stuff together. I'm on a budget, and so throw stuff together and hit the trail, and I've made a lot of mistakes, but I'm out here, and so yeah.
Okay.
Made it this far.
So now, what made you want to hike the trail?
One thing is, it was just out here. It seemed, I tell people that it seemed like a fun way to torture myself, or a good way to torture myself, yeah. Because I learned out here that I really don't like hiking all day, and I don't like camping. But I'm too stubborn to quit.
Right. That actually happens to a lot of people.
But at the same time, I don't know, I just enjoy doing things I don't like, just to, prove
Put
that I
yourself
can.
outside the comfort zone.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's been a fun experience so far.
Yeah.
So
now, like, how you started at Amiclola?
I
Or
started
Springer?
at Springer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you just went off trail for a little while and then came back on. So now the biggest thing I've noticed this year is trail magic. It's not a lot of trail magic.
I had one huge trail magic experience. I've had a few trail magic experiences. The one huge one that I got was whenever I needed to skip the Smokies. I got to NOC, and they were shutting down that whole county the day that I got there.
Right.
And this lady, Sandy, walks up to me, and like, I had just gotten to NOC. I grabbed some junk food, I'm sitting down. I know I needed to skip, and I was just like, I have no plan. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And so I'm sitting there, I'm eating my junk food, and this gal, Sandy, walks up and she's just like, hey, you need a place to stay? And I'm like, yes, I do. So she put me up in her house with a few other hikers,
Very
and
nice.
she, gave us food, and she it actually happened to be my birthday the next day.
Oh, very
and she
nice.
gave me a birthday cake, and
Aw.
it was so much fun just staying there. And then the next day she drove us all out, past the Smokies.
Very nice.
And she didn't expect anything for it, and she was just
Well, that's what a real trail angel
Oh,
is
yeah.
is people that do it without expectation.
oh yeah
That's
She
the
was-
true definition.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful. So, but I've run into a few other people. One time I kind of got off trail a little bit, and I stumbled into a stealth camp that was right next to a road. And I was like, the sun was shining that day. It was warm grass, just laying there. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to just lay here, take a nap. Somebody was driving down that road and saw me laying there and thought I was a pile of trash. And somebody came by and like trashed the place, and they're like, oh, we'll just go pick it up. And so the first thing I hear whenever I wake up is, oh, it's a person.
That's awesome.
They gave me some trail magic and stuff, so
Very nice.
that was really good. So,
Very nice.
but yeah.
Usually by now, my experience from last year and other years of doing trail magic is by now you've probably hit about 20, 25 trail magic days. That's kind of where I'm having, I feel sorry for this class. Well, I am this class too, but I mean, it is different, but in the same respect, I'm enjoying this hike this year more because I'm liking having less people.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because you can really get to know people, and you can, it's just not so crowded and less garbage and less stupidity, and
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's
So,
true.
I
Yeah,
mean-
all the people who were going to quit ended up quitting early on because they just had the coronavirus thing, and
right,
might as well pull off then.
right.
And so now it's just the people who are in it for the long haul anyway.
Mhm. Yeah, and so instead of them making it to trail days and a big party,
Yeah. And
They
then
pulled off,
dropping off.
yeah.
They pulled off earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you didn't have to deal with them that long. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you'd like to add?
I don't think so.
Awesome.
Happy trails.
Happy trails. Yes. All right, everybody. This is Rocky, and I am going to let everybody go. I hope you have a blessed day and hike on.